Welcome back to the Merengue's Media. I'm just here to do a quick reaction to the game that just ended. Man City versus Real Madrid in the Champions League playoff first round. Before we get into the game, guys, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and I would really appreciate it. Now, before we get into the men game, let's talk about the formation and the tactic. Carlos started with the first 11. Started with Valverde. Obviously, Vasquez is injured. God, with and then in the center back, it started with Tchouaméni and Asensio and Ferland Mendy. I'm not happy the fact that Mendy started, but we're gonna get into that later on. And then in the midfield, it started with Camavinga, Ceballos, and Jude Bellingham. In the front, it started with Rodrigo, Mbappe, and Vini. Again, I'm still not really a fan of the three of them starting, but again, we're gonna get into all of that as the video goes on. Now, this is going to be the first video where I'm actually going to start without saying we started slow, because we didn't. We started exactly how I've been praying throughout the season for a Real Madrid team to start. You know, we started in the front foot. We were pressing them. We were pressing high off the beach. If you guys have watched Man City throughout the season, I haven't watched all the games, but in the main games, like for example, when they were playing Arsenal or when they lost against that Manchester United game, the way teams are being successful, like winning against them, is by pressing them high, by making them like forcing mistakes. And when you press them high, they make mistakes. And that's how we started. We started pressing them high. We were getting opportunities. We actually, I would say in the first 10-15 minutes, we should have been a goal. At least we should have scored one goal. Mbappe had a chance. Vini had a chance, and Mendy had the best chance in the first 15 minutes. Rodrigo made an amazing, atrocious, like great pass to him. And Mendy, like the reason why I don't like Mendy starting, because like I said, he doesn't really offer much in defensively. Definitely doesn't offer anything offensively, because that ball that they gave him, a normal player would try to shoot before you even make that 1-2 play with Vini. You should have shot the ball first. Anyways, he made a 1-2 play with Vini and got a better opportunity. And the way he shot the ball unconfidently, like he just shot, you just knew that ball wasn't gonna go in. And I don't know who blocked it, either Ikanji or Diaz, one of them. Anyways, that got blocked. So like I said, the first 15-20 minutes we played really, really well. We were pressing them, we were getting on the ball, and then after that, we went back to the classic Real Madrid, the Real Madrid that we know this season, the one that always like plays, let the other team pretty much play the ball, and we just try to hit them in counter attack. And as soon as City like started getting comfortable like that, they started creating chances. De Bruyne started getting on the ball. Bernardo Silva started getting on the ball. Grealish for a little bit before he came off injured. He started getting on the ball. They started creating chances, and at that point, they started getting comfortable. And I just knew at some point here they're gonna score, because they were just starting, like we were just pretty much, we couldn't get out of our half. We were pretty much like after the first 20 minutes. After that, the rest of the half, we were just playing. We couldn't get past City's midfield, because we were just pressed behind. They were creating chances, and eventually Alan got a chance and they scored. I actually thought it was offside from the first look at it, but it took them like almost 5 minutes to look at the goal. Obviously, it was close. It wasn't offside. It was a goal. Fair play. I'm not gonna lie, we did finish the half a bit better. We finished the half how we started the half. Like, right, we kind of gained a little bit of control again in the middle of the pack, and we started creating chances. Vini was the best player in the first half for sure, even though I don't agree with some of his decision making, but I understand. Mbappe needs to learn how to play a striker. If he's going to be a number 9, he needs to learn how to play as a striker. Mbappe doesn't make runs. So for example, if Vini is running on the left wing, Mbappe just stays outside of the 18-yard box. And Vini doesn't look up. So Vini is putting the balls in the 18-yard, but there's nobody there. The closest person that's playing like a striker is Jude Bellingham. When Mbappe is like out basically waiting for Vini to bring the ball out so he can take a shot from out there. I don't know. Mbappe definitely needs to learn how to play as a number 9. If this chemistry thing is gonna work, which I don't think it will, because they're exactly the same two type of player. I really I'm sorry to disappoint some of you Real Madrid fans out there that that you really think this guy's gonna make it work because you play FIFA. And bro, this is no FIFA. This is real life. And these two players, they're just no chemistry. Right? I'm sorry to disappoint you guys. They really can't work. They either we bring in someone, I don't know. For me, the way I'm looking at it, one of them needs to be sacrificed. Yeah, I better not touch Rodrigo because one of those two boys, they need to be sacrificed because both of them just can't walk. Anyways, Mbappe had another great chance just before the end of the first half. I know like it wasn't like a clear-cut chance, but as a player, as Mbappe, he shouldn't be shooting the ball. He was leaning back and he shot the ball over the net. So we finished the half strong. I'm not gonna lie, we did finish the last 5 minutes of the half. We finished it strong, and then the second half we started exactly how we started the half, and we played very, very well in the first half. That's probably the best Real Madrid I've seen throughout the season since that little 20 minutes glimpse against Dortmund earlier in the Champions League. The second half was the best we've played. And obviously from playing like that, we created chances. And then we had a free kick that hit the wall and came back to Ceballos, where Ceballos made a very nice pass to Mbappe. The goal was like locked, right? I'm not gonna lie, the goal was locked. I think Mbappe was trying to hit it acrobatically, but he mistimed it, hit him in the chin, and somehow, some way, I think by hitting him in the chin, kind of messed up the goalkeeper. Somehow, some way, that went in, and we equalized. From equalizing, we almost scored right away with Jude Bellingham again. Valverde. Honestly, if you want to talk about why this team actually needs a right back, just watch this game. Watch this game why everybody goes at Vasquez. Today, I was actually comfortable. I was like I had a peace of mind when somebody's attacking that right side that we actually have someone that can defend. We have someone that can actually run after a defender. We have someone that's not clumsy. Every time a winger drop his shoulder, he's out of the game. Right, so Valverde was amazing in that position, man. I really like, even if Carvajal comes back earlier on next season, we still need to get a right back. We definitely need to get a right back. We need to get a center back. Anyways, this is not time to talk about it. We'll talk about that next time. I'll continue with this game. Valverde made an audacious pass to Jude Bellingham. Again, the goalkeeper had a great game till like the end of the game. We'll touch on that later. And from then on, we were creating chances. Vini again was making runs and putting the ball in the 18-yard, but there's nobody there. Again, because this Mbappe hasn't mastered how to play that number 9 position, and it's frustrating. Right, it's frustrating. There was a sequence in the game where both him and Vini were literally running in the same position. Right, and one of them going on the other side. They both literally. I think Mbappe had the ball, and Vini's running next to him. So you have two left winger, and then there's nobody in the 18-yard. The closest person to the 18-yard is Jude Bellingham. They're supposed to be a midfielder, right? And from then, after 25 minutes in the second half of us controlling the game, City brought in Kovacic, and they started controlling the game again. From controlling the game, creating opportunity, Foden started getting into the game. Foden caught inside. Mendy again let him caught into his side. And then Ceballos came with a clumsy challenge. From that clumsy challenge, they got a penalty kick. I thought it was outside the box, but I guess by the law of the game, if your foot is in line, and in line of 18-yard box, it's a clear penalty. It was a foul. There's no argument to that. That was a clear penalty. It's as clear as they come. Alan converts the second penalty. So he has never scored against Real Madrid prior to this game, and he scored 2 goals. He actually played well. I'm not gonna lie. As just a fan of the game, he had a good game. And then Carlo made a sub, he brought in Modric, and then he brought in. I wanted Modric to come in earlier on before Ceballos conceded that penalty. I thought Modric should have been introduced in the 70 minutes, but Carlo always waits very late to make his sub. Anyways, he brought in Modric, and then he brought in Brahim Diaz. I wasn't happy that Rodrigo got sacrificed, but I guess this time I'm gonna keep my mouth shut because he ended up scoring the equalizer, which was the second goal. And then from then on, I had a feeling we were going to win that game. Honestly, as soon as we scored that second goal, I had a feeling we had another goal in us, and I was right. The goalkeeper, Anderson, I mean, he kind of like gifted us the second goal from his stroll where Vini controlled it. And then the third goal was kind of the same thing again. Vini, I don't know if he was trying to lob him or he was trying to make a pass to Jude Bellingham, but whatever. I don't care. He made a lob and the ball fell perfectly to Jude Bellingham. That was the most scream I've screamed throughout the season. I was jubilating around the house. I was freaking happy when that ball went in. Not only did I hit my bet, but we also beat Man City at home. So everything was Gucci, man. I was like, like I said, this team, I'm not gonna get like all lost. I'm not gonna like, think everything is good. No, everything is not all good. Everything is not good. We're still not having a great season. I know we're first. I know like I know we're first in our league. But the only reason why I think we're first in our league is because just Barcelona hasn't been consistent. Barcelona has been, dropping unnecessary points. But when you look at the league, throughout the league, Barcelona has been the best team in the league. And then as far as Man City, we're playing a Man City team that, they're dealing with a lot of injury just like us. They also don't have all the players. Throughout the season, they've been on bad form. I mean, they're fifth in the Premier League. That doesn't take anything away from us. That doesn't take anything away from us playing well. We did play well. Again, I said it. We played well. It's one of our best games, if not the best game of the season so far. All right, I'm not going to lie. A 3-2 result at Etihad away from home, going back, taking that 3-2 to Spain. It's great. This put us in a good position, but it doesn't mean like this is done. This is far from done. We've seen Chelsea come to the Bernabeu, take a 3-goal lead. So like anything can happen. Honestly, this Man City versus Real Madrid team, since they both have defensive problems, it was a fun game to watch. There was just so many mistakes. Unfortunately, Man City made the most mistake. We made the less mistake. Hopefully in the next game, like Rudiger will be back. I thought Asensio played really, really well. He was dealing. This was the first time where he came up against like one of the best players in Europe. So he held his own. Alan did score 2 goals, but overall, like he held his own. Tchouaméni again, like my last game, I said he played well. Today he played really well too. Camavinga is back, so he brought a little bit of stability in the middle of the pack. Vini overall was the best player for our team, but Jude Bellingham stepped it up again. Mbappe today remind me of the Mbappe when he first came. I don't know if he scored that goal, but even the way he took that goal, like I said, he was like the most luckiest goal, right? I don't think like after they scored the goal, they were having a laugh how horrible of how horrible that kick was. But hey, he went in. That's all we care about. Apart from that, like overall, like 3-2 is a good result. Again, 3-2 is a good result to take back home. There's still a lot left to play. Like when you watch this game, I was actually thinking this is like the quarterfinal. It's so unfortunate like these two teams are playing. One of them is not going to be in the round of 16 because these two teams are just having such a bad season. When you watch this game, you want to see this game in the semi-final of the Champions League. You want to see this game in the quarterfinal. You want to see these games in the final. But unfortunately, one of these teams are not going to be there, and it sucks. It's because of how just both of these teams are just having bad season. With that being said, again, I'm really happy about how we played, but I'm not blinded. I'm not going to be blinded by like, oh, everything is all good. No, I know this team, there's still a lot of things that need to be done with this team. We still need to find balance. We still need to find a way to get Vini and Mbappe playing well. Like if one of them has a bad game, if one of them has a good game, the other one always has a bad game, right? Like we need to find a balance and like, hopefully they can make it work. I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I don't think they will make it work just because they just, like I said earlier in the video, like they're just the same players. They're the same players, With that being said, guys, if I miss anything, please don't forget to remind me. If you made it this far from the video, please comment, share, like, and please don't forget to subscribe. I'm just trying to connect with a lot of Real Madrid fans out there. With that being said, guys,